Okay. So today I really feel like talking about equanimity and compassion that comes from experiencing that. So during my stay here, I felt drawn to this practice of trying to let equanimity sink in. That, this being across from me or next to me is like me in different causes and conditions. I'm just like right over there. And me meaning Buddha nature in different causes and conditions. If seeing another as another sentient being feels more natural to you guys, then please do so. I'm working with that view. And for now, it helps me to see another as myself, just because it feels closer to my experience. I've been trying to let that sink in deeply. And really feeling and understanding how everyone lives as vivid a reality as I do, as you do, as they do. The person sitting right next to you is living as vivid as a reality as you are. We can nod our heads in agreement and think, oh yeah, I get that, that's true. I understand that intellectually. But, that's nowhere near having a deep understanding of this, like in our hearts. Directly and experiencing that truth. I know if I really deeply felt this truth, that I would be looking over, to Venerable so-and-so or whatever, Decky, and I'd be like, wow, I feel you. I like to think that if I deeply knew this person on the other side of the room, as I know my own depth of being, I would really understand them. I would love them. I would feel great compassion if I knew that person as I knew myself. I know I would. And it's so easy to wake up grumpy and to think, oh great, I have to deal with this or that person, and I have to deal with myself today, I have to deal with this affliction, and it's so annoying. If we think like that, we can have compassion for ourselves because, that's suffering. If we can't see or even feel the sincerity and the goodness, in the hearts of others, that's suffering. And, if we can't remember that this being before us even has Buddha nature, we can feel compassion for ourselves. Yeah, because the reality is that we're so cut off from the truth right in front of us. So we're cut off, and that's kind of painful. So we can recognize that and have compassion for ourselves. If we can remember that this being across from us is Buddha nature, but we still can't see that in their eyes or in them, we can still have compassion for ourselves. Because again, to not be able to see the beauty and the kindness of Buddha nature, it's always reflecting back at us, is because of our rain cloud of dukkha, our obscuration. We wake up in the morning being surrounded by beings of Buddha nature. We have minds that could take delight in numerous qualities that they share with us. And they share qualities that they share with the world. So we can let their qualities move us, inspire us, and we can feel gratitude for what they're doing to the world. And because we're obscured, we generally move throughout the day judging Buddha nature, or that person, judging her for her unique set of mannerisms, experiences, interests, and appearance, etc. in relation to me. Superficial details in essence, all dependent arisings with no inherent value. And also whether or not they have helped us in either the brief or the long time that we've known them. You know, like maybe this person first talked to me when I got here, but now they don't talk to me because, you know, we're just not meeting, you know, and now we're kind of aloof with each other. Or maybe like, I was annoyed with this one person for 5 weeks, but now I like them. So, how reliable and profound is our basis for labeling someone enemy, stranger, or friend? In the Dalai Lama's book, How to Expand Love, he notes that our basis for these rigid labelings is not very profound. Superficial, flimsy designations on transient units. You know, our minds really want to fit someone into this box and make them stay in that box over there where it's neat and organized, and, you know, where they put other people in that box. And, you know, it just makes the world much narrower. In the book, he also writes, help or harm from another is temporary, and mere timing cannot be the basis for choosing intimacy or alienation. Decide that that is unrealistic, to single-mindedly desire those presently helping you, and to single-mindedly hate others who are presently harming you. So we can look into our own lives and experiences, and we'll see that this is pretty true. I remember once I met someone who, at first they were really, really neutral in my eyes, and they were just really blah to me. And it's kind of funny because I remember being aware that I was so apathetic towards this person. And then like 2 weeks later, I fell in love with them, and and I was really surprised, and I was like in love with them for a year, and then they became sort of like my enemy, and then they were my ex. So I met 2 other people who in the beginning I thought really helped me, and then I felt like they really harmed me. You know, so it's just tricky and kind of weird. The Dalai Lama goes on to say that there is no certainty that a friend or an enemy or a neutral person will at times either help, harm, or do neither. When negative thoughts and motivations such as hatred or anger are present, even a friend is seen as an enemy. But when negative thoughts towards an enemy disappear, the enemy becomes a friend. So again, we could examine our tendencies of mind, our biases, and our personal experience with this. He concludes that you should not value one person as basically good and another as bad, even though his present actions may be good or bad, helpful or harmful. So that's a very long-term view, and in the moment, we have very short-term views. So it is hard to remember, but if we can keep reflecting and meditating on this, it could really become a part of our experience. So he says, in truth, there is no logical reason to be nice to one person and not nice to another. And while staying here, I know I have treated people in ways that I wouldn't want myself to be treated like. Little things, but they add up. And still, you know, like I notice even when I lapse in ethical conduct, or my standards of ethical conduct, around some people, they're still kind and gracious towards me. And, you know, how generous of them, like how kind. That's a very generous and realistic outlook. Because we're always changing, and we're never fixed, and we have infinite potential in every So basically, if we continue to work at it and reflect on it, we can remember our true nature and the true nature of others in every moment. Maybe we'll have glimpses of directly seeing the beauty and the kindness of Buddha nature in everyone. And maybe eventually we may create the karma to see the actual Buddhas and to behold their Buddha nature in like raw form. So